My name is Caitlin Self, and I'm a licensed nutritionist and food blogger. Today's video is another mindfulness or mindful eating activity, which is a part of a series that I'm doing on my channel, so be sure to subscribe if you'd like to see the whole series. This is a hunger body scan that I have altered and updated to suit my clients. I also want to note that there are time codes or chapters below, so if you would like to jump ahead, feel free to click that and jump straight to the activity. Many of us have lost the ability to identify and recognize the hunger and fullness signals that are coming from our body. This often happens when we are really stressed and busy, or we tend to undereat during the day and then overeat at the end of the day. Fortunately, by tuning in, we can get them back. You can use this meditative body scan to help upregulate your hunger and fullness signals so you can actually start to recognize them and take appropriate action. I recommend practicing this at different times of day and different days of the week so you can see what your hunger is like at, say, 11 o'clock on a weekend versus the middle of the workday. After you've practiced this a few times, you may not need this guidance. You can just tune in to your own mental and physical sensations of hunger. Let's begin the activity. I recommend you start by taking a nice deep breath, and on the out breath, I invite you to close your eyes. Take a moment to briefly scan your body, starting with your head, moving down to your toes. We simply want to see if anything is showing up and recognize how we're feeling in the body right now. Would you describe your overall feeling in the body as being pleasant, unpleasant, or neutral? No judgment, just notice. Let's look at key areas where hunger can be detected. Start by bringing your attention to your mood. Sometimes biological hunger is experienced by changes in mood, increasing irritability, crankiness, or frustration. We've all heard the term hangry. You might have a harder time maintaining your positive outlook or practicing patience throughout the day. Are you noticing any changes in your mood? These may be a sign that you're starting to experience hunger. Now I'd like for you to shift your attention to your overall energy. Sometimes hunger is characterized simply by fatigue. Do you feel sluggish, tired, unusually blah? Any changes in your energy that are unrelated to a lack of sleep? Are these changes in energy that tend to occur around the same time every day or happen after certain types of meals? These initial shifts in energy can actually be signs of hunger. Now let's check in with the head. Sometimes we experience a physical sensation in the head as an early sign of hunger. How would you describe how your head feels right now? Do you have a headache? Is there any lightheadedness? Are you having any difficulty focusing? Are you zoning out, feeling dizzy or faintish? Just notice. If you're experiencing any of these, it is possible that you're experiencing a degree of hunger. Moving along to your chest. Do you feel tightness, unexplained anxiety, jitteriness, pressure, palpitations? What do you notice in your chest? Do you feel perfectly calm and content? These can be signs of hunger, which are typically influenced by a change in our blood sugar. Notice if you feel synthetically energized or wired and tired. Now move your attention to your stomach. What would best describe how your stomach feels right now? Does it feel kind of empty? Is there any uncomfortable pain or pressure? Any rawness? Do you experience a floaty sensation in your stomach? Or does it just feel kind of neutral? Now perhaps you're feeling other physical sensations. Are you salivating at the thought of hunger or the thought of food? Are you feeling shaky or uncomfortable? Is anything else coming up for you? Now let's take a brief scan of all these aspects, starting with your mood, energy level, and physical sensations in the head, chest, stomach, and anywhere else. Consider all of these physical sensations together and just think about hunger. Would you describe yourself as hungry right now? You can rate your hunger on the 0 to 10 hunger fullness scale if you'd like, or you can simply describe whether you feel hungry or not. Now to end this activity, I invite you to take one more deep breath, and on the exhale, you can open your eyes. The more often you tune in and practice this, the easier it becomes. It's really helpful for us to identify our individual signs of hunger. Some people, as we mentioned, will immediately get a headache, while others will be irritable or will feel tired. Finding out what these early signs of hunger for you, perhaps before your stomach comes into play, can help you prevent or preempt that overhunger that often leads to overeating, binging, and compulsive eating. Now, there are many reasons why we don't feel hunger or we don't recognize our hunger and fullness signals. As I mentioned before, it can be different for each person as well. Oftentimes, food insecurity, a history of dieting or general diet culture, being too busy and not eating enough throughout the day and then eating a lot later in the day, all of these things can play a role. I encourage you to practice this as often as is necessary and share it with anyone who you think would benefit. I've linked to the other videos in this series in the description box below, so be sure to check that out. And that's it for this video. As always, I'd love it if you could like this video and subscribe. Let me know in the comments below if you'd like more mindful eating content. Thanks so much for being here and take care. You know what? We're not gonna have that here. We'll put this in another video.